can you put your hands up? PYP 2, hands up. PYP 3, PYP 4, 5, and 6. Okay, well, welcome everyone. Our Stuco ushers have done a wonderful job this morning. Guys, you can actually sit down until the early years arrive, okay? Because they're going to be coming in. The little teeny tiny ones are coming in right now. Okay, do you want to scare them? Because that is going to scare them. What will... Excuse me, I'm going to wait. Hello and welcome. Now, big people listening, we need you to be very calm and very quiet while the little people come in. These are our PGB people. Our others are going to be joining us at 8:15, but these guys are joining us now. All right, can we close the doors, please? And if there's others that come along, just let them in as they come. But keep, Stuco guys, keep the PYP A's and B's waiting until I finish the story. All right, good morning, everybody. And welcome to the launch of a very, very special week. Welcome to Literacy Week. Yeah, let's give it a big round of applause and a cheer. And I can see that you are all wearing your pyjamas, so that's a wonderful start. Okay, this morning we're going to start with a quiet story, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get the story and I am going to sit here because I'm in my pyjamas too and I want to feel relaxed. So, of course we would need to start Literacy Week with one of our favourite forms of literacy, which is a story. The story is called The Garden and I. This story was written by a very, very good friend of mine. And later on this morning, we're going to be talking to him all the way from Costa Rica. And this is the first thing he says. To the garden of my childhood, where the saplings, trees and ants were raised, that today inhabit my inner world and fill it with life. So he's dedicating this story to his garden. At home, I lived with my mother, grandmother, sister, and Augusto, my brother. And he was a great companion on many adventures. I was the youngest. Back then, they said the streets were not safe, so we spent most of our time at home. My brother was funny. He would grimace without reason. He had invisible friends only I knew of. And if you looked at him from behind, his shirt was always inside out and his pants were stuck in his boots. Sometimes he would wear his shoes on the wrong feet. I tried to imitate him, but I was never able to master his peculiar walk. They said he had different abilities. I believe he had, for his world was a magical place, and together we explored all sides of it. We were always having fun together. My house had a large, orderly garden garden with flowering plants of many colours and a manicured lawn. It reminded me of the formal dresses and hairdos of my mother's friends who visited our house on Sundays. Besides the garden, my favourite place in the house was the attached garage. There, in corners, lived strange spiders with tiny bodies and long, thin legs. I used to watch the spiders and pester them with a pointed stick, which I thought was my African spear. However, the place I most preferred to be was known by everyone as the land. A stone wall, like the one in China, I imagined, separated the land from the house and the garden. The wall was covered by creepers, and at dusk I could see rats travelling back and forth, using it like a freeway. Our dogs were kept on the land, and a gentleman who talked to plants and who was called gardener would often rest there. When I first entered, I was amazed by everything I found. At the southern end was an overgrown jungle with huge trees that had immense limbs we could climb. To the north was a wall of cypress trees. Their bottom branches made a dark cave which led to a small bamboo grove surrounded by a hill of cobblestones and gravel. In the centre was an open green pasture where I could run. If I followed the wall to the end of the garden, there were 2 medlar trees, and medlar trees have medlar plants, fruit. One was large and easy to climb, that was my favourite, and the other had a thin trunk but produced more yellow medlar fruit. And finally, to the west, was a hedge that hid a brick wall. This is where the red and black ant tribes dwelled. With time, the land became my garden, my world. When I wanted to reach the sky, I climbed the treetops and held the clouds in my hands. I played the best soccer of my life here, running back and forth, multiplying myself into 22 players and striking goals every way. My brother, who sat on the side, cheered me on while broadcasting the game at the top of his lungs, using a stick as his microphone. After the final whistle, I would turn and look towards the hedges. I was certain I was being spied on by the coach of the national soccer team. When I was happy, I would run non-stop until I jumped by a pride of lions. Then I would fight them with my spear and run again until I dropped from exhaustion. When I rested, the lawn was my mattress and a lion, which was really my puppy dog, was my pillow. I learned to ride my bike in my garden, zigzagging back and forth through a minefield of dog bombs. Do you know what dog bombs are? I fell several times while practicing, but luckily it was always in a zone safe from dog bombs or dog poop. Once, barefooted, I stepped on a big dog poo bomb. I slipped and fell over. My dogs thought it was very funny. In my garden, I killed a bird. For the first and last time, I aimed at her with a slingshot that was given to me as a gift, and bang, she fell. I felt horrible, and I buried the bird and that slingshot. One day, angry about something that had nothing to do with my garden, I kicked one of the trees and ouch! It felt like I had hit myself. I never did that again. When I was sad, I would fall on the grass defeated and cry until the sun or a dog's lapping dried my tears. When I was hungry, there were medlars. Remember, they were the fruit I was telling you about. There were medlars to eat, and I harvested myself. Before climbing up the big tree, I would hug it and softly ask them to protect me from falling and reward me with tasty, bug-free fruit. Usually the fruit was sweet, even if it did come with bugs. If I heard someone looking for me to do my homework, I was able to hide and not be found. I had several hideouts, for the best and most dangerous one was behind a bamboo grove among the cobblestones. It was also home to the huge rat, but the rat always kept silent and never gave away my place. The rat never ratted me out. At night, at the end of the afternoon, when the sun was setting, I squatted on a high branch of my favourite tree and watched over my world. There I felt safe and free as in no other place. I was my own hero. At night, in my dreams, the walls around my house vanished and the garden became a prairie with beautiful trees. Flamingos, herons and butterflies flew past a meandering river of crystal clear water. Elephants, giraffes and herds of zebras crossed it, followed by a family of nomads who waved at me from afar. And that's how I spent my days, until something magical happened when I was 8 years old. My mum announced that we were going to live in the jungle. We climbed into a plane, and after flying through white cotton clouds, through the window, a green mantle appeared, and there I saw a long, thin river of chocolate zigzagging into the vast horizon. I was about to live in an even bigger garden called the Amazon jungle. After we landed, we took a jeep down muddy roads to a hospital where people from the native villages came to be treated. Mum knew the doctors and was there to help them. We settled into a little house close to the hospital's gardens. There was a cow shed with milking cows, many trees, and these large black beetles that could not get up when they fell on their back, feet up. So I had to save them with a stick. There were also beautiful green snakes that rested on the fruit trees. And I could tell if they were near if my mum screamed while she was picking lemons. As soon as I arrived, I made friends with 3 native boys who lived in a village next to the hospital at the edge of a lake. They always walked barefooted, carrying their bows and arrows and a football. They were always happy, and I liked it. They taught me how to use the bow and arrow, how to milk cows, how to listen to the wild spotted cat, how to fish piranhas, how to speak their language, walk barefooted, remove chigo fleas from my skin, row a canoe, and fight off snakes in dark waters. They saved me many times from venomous serpents and other dangers, warning me in a way so that fear of the jungle would not grow inside me. I spent 4 years exploring the jungle and the people that lived there, and I felt they equally explored me. These were years in which my eyes and heart learned to see and feel differently, in the same way that my brother and the garden had taught me to see and feel differently. When I moved back to the city, now speaking with the native accent that I was very proud of, I was told the land, my garden of magic and life, would be bulldozed and turned into a cement court. With tears in my eyes, I saw how quickly the trees of my childhood disappeared, along with the welcoming grass where I had run those thousands of kilometres playing football. Last to fall was the bamboo grove, the cobblestones, and with it all its inhabitants, including the giant rat. The pain of loss fades with time. Today, I remember the past through a childhood that fueled my dreams. It made me who I have now become. My brother, the one with special abilities, protected my sense of wonder with the world and gave me the innate sense of who I was. The garden, the land, allowed me to find myself without judgment of limits. When my garden was converted into a lifeless space, the spirit of nature, stimulated by what I had learned in the Amazon and the people, settled with me and nurtured my connection to the natural world. I learned that we are better off if we do not kill birds or kick trees. If our weapons are buried, and if our gardens have no boundaries, so our feelings can wander openly and freely. I learned from my Amazon friends that we are made of the same air, earth, and water as everything around us, and whatever we do to the world is inflicted back on us. Today, I still dream that I'm playing in my garden together with my brother and dogs. I see myself squatting on the branch of a great big giant tree, looking over the horizon, ready to start my new adventure. And that is Joaquin's story. He has a very special message at the end, and I want everyone to think about it. When I was a child, I met nature and asked if I could play with her. With happiness, she said yes. She shared the land, the grass, the water, the trees, and the bugs. When I was a child, nature met me and asked if she could play with me. With happiness, I said yes. I gave her my heart. And that is our story. And I lost my shoes. So that's the story of my friend Joaquin Leguia. Yeah, I'm just going to take my shoes off. And later on today, we're going to be meeting Joaquin, and he can tell us more about his adventures in the jungle, why he wrote the book, and all sorts of other things. So right now we are going to welcome the rest of our PYP, our early years friends from PYP A and B. And they are going to be wandering in as we talk about what we're going to be doing this week. So Guys, you're going to have to show us some real concentration. So, what are we going to be doing? Does anyone know what we're doing this week? Lots of things. All right, so the first thing that we're going to talk about is our Go Forward sustainability activity. PYP 1 and 2, today is your turn. So you're going to be meeting in the Borobudur room. When it says on your timetable, you're going to go down to the Borobudur room. Miss Mary will be ready to meet you there, and you are going to be doing some fun activities, learning about recycling and composting. PYP 3, 4, 5 and 6, you're going to be meeting in the BBC on Tuesday and Wednesday, and you're going to be doing some other kinds of activities around the same thing. Now don't forget, you've been asked to bring lots of recycling things as well. So please remember, we want organic waste, fruit and vegetable waste, and we want recycling waste. So make sure you bring all of that to school. Who can tell me what this is up here? They're not worms. Okay. Did anyone say flies? Well, you are going to have plenty to learn because they are a very special fly, and you're going to learn how they can help the composting process. All right, we're going to quickly wait for our PYP friends to join us, and then we're going to keep going. So this is the man that I was talking to you about. His name is Joaquin Leguia. And he is going to be zooming in at 11 o'clock from Costa Rica. And Costa Rica is in South America. Now, if we don't have enough room for our little people, they can sit on the floor. PYP, guys, if we run out of seats, you can sit on the floor. Or we've got some spare seats. Maybe our big people could look after them. Stuco, can you look after the little people if they need to go and find some chairs somewhere to sit with some big people? Or they can sit on the floor. Okay, once we're ready, everybody's sitting down. Oh, you all look beautiful in your pajamas. Oh, some little people up there sitting in very special seats. Just make sure they don't sit behind the camera, guys, because they won't be able to see. PYP 1 to 6, can I say thank you? You are really showing great behaviour today. I know it's an exciting time and you want to have a chat, but I can see that you're really trying to control yourself. Okay, welcome to our early years. Everyone, can you say welcome early years? This is our very first time to be all together, and we are celebrating Literacy Week. We have a very special surprise for everybody at the end of this, so let's keep going. We have lots and lots of activities this week. All right, elementary, can you please stop talking? The activities are all around the Sustainable Development Goals. And as you can see, that's our very own Psychology Putra version of the SDGs. You know it, that's awesome. I know the early years children know all about the SDGs, and so do the elementary. So guys, all your activities are going to be based around a book or a movie or a game, and they are all going to be about the SDGs. Some of them might be about the land, some of them might be about life in water below the sea, some might be about treating people equally, some might be about building cities, about power and energy. So it's going to be a very exciting 3 days, and you're going to have amazing activities led by your amazing, wonderful teachers. So we probably won't get a chance to thank them after this week. So would you like to say, in anticipation, thank you very much to all our teachers for putting together such an amazing program. Let's give them a round of applause, eh? They have been so busy, and they've all managed to get together something amazing for you this week. All right, what do you need? You need to make sure you read your emails every day, because some activities need you to bring scissors, some need you to bring a t-shirt, some need you to bring some tools, if you've got them. So you need to make sure that you read your emails. And don't forget, we have guest readers. Guest readers are coming to all our classrooms. And guess who our guest readers are? Our parents, exactly. And you know who else might be coming to your classroom to read? Maybe other teachers, exactly. And sometimes they might be teachers who are parents. And you know who else might even come? Grandparents. How about that? And they can read a story in English, or in Bahasa, or in Mandarin, or in Korean, or in Japanese, whatever they would like. It's all about reading. Okay, are you ready to see what the next thing is? All right, everyone show me that you're ready. PYP-B and PYP-A, you are awesome. Guys, can you see what's happening here? What beautiful manners. Okay, let's see what's happening next. This is super exciting. Buddy reading! Yes, so early years children, guess who's going to be coming down to read to you? The grade 5 and 6 students. They're going to come down and they're going to read some stories with you. How exciting is that? And PYP 1 to 4, we've got high school students who are going to come down and read in your classrooms too. So everyone's going to get a big buddy to read with this week. And most of that's happening on Tuesday in the elementary, and in early years, is it happening on Tuesday as well, or on different days? Tuesday, excellent. Tuesday's going to be a supersonic day. All right. And now, we have something very, very special for you. We have a very special performance. And I'm going to give our extraordinary actors an opportunity now to just set up the stage for their performance. Do you recognize these people? shock. I'm in shock. This is terrible. I'm so sorry, everyone. I'm just in shock. But listen, shall we keep going? And Miss Bianca and Miss Caitlin, can you just check that you are live and able to use your microphones?
Good morning.
No, we're not on.
Hello. I think I'm on.
Yes, Miss Bianca is on.
Good morning.
And Miss Caitlin is on.
Good morning.
Wow. What a mess. What a mess. Today, we are going to see what's going to happen here because we have a story called Michael Recycle. And Michael Recycle was written by Ellie Bethel and it was illustrated by Alexandra Colombo. And today our story is going to be narrated by Miss Bianca and Miss Caitlin.
Thank you. Are you ready, guys? Let me put on my glasses so I can read. Let's go. There once was a town called Rhyming, where garbage was left to grow rotten and slimy. It never smelled fresh. The air was all hazy, but the people did nothing. They got rather lazy. And then something happened that none could explain. It wasn't a bird, and it wasn't a plane. With a colander hat on top of his hair. He danced on the air. With a bump and a bump. And then Edward in the town.
Everyone to a man. The river and sky are all smelly and brown. Soon 50-foot bugs will take over your town. You've got to recycle. You've got to act soon before all your trash reaches up to the moon.
Then rushed his hand. He gave them a wink and vanished from sight before they could blink. The spoon-conscious slave to the thread was to prove.
Did you happen to hear what the boy wanted to do?
Clean up and recycle. How hard can it be? A green and clean town would be lovely to see.
They recycle their paper, their plastic and cans, and even old junk, like used pots and pans. They also began the Be Greener campaign. They grew their own kumquats and saved up the rain. So proud was the town of their green transformation. They threw a great party, a grand celebration. fold that up to use again later. Make it as yucky that these folks don't agree. And add rewriting, recycling is key. When Michael came back to visit the town, he didn't despair, get angry, or frown. For everything looked clean and brand new. The sky and the river were again a bright blue. Down nothing is wasted, and nobody glitters.
To Michael Recycle, the Green Pet Crusader, our super green hero, the planet's new savior.
But Michael Recycle was nowhere around. He'd already moved on to help his next town. So, if you should see a green silhouette streaking the sky, please don't get upset. The noises you hear, that clunk and that thump, it's just our friend Michael recycling old junk.
Well, thank you very much. Who enjoyed that story? All right. Okay, so I think that sets the theme for our week. We are going to focus on all forms of literacy, and there are many ways to celebrate literacy. You can celebrate literacy through a play, through a book, through a song, through a poem. You can celebrate literacy through a movie, through a game. You can celebrate literacy in so many ways. And the important thing is that literacy helps us share important information, celebrate important things, and make the world a better place. So everyone, have a wonderful literacy week. Enjoy all your activities, and remember, you are going to learn lots and lots this week about the Sustainable Development Goals. We don't want you to just learn and forget, because being part of PYP is all about action. So take away all your learnings this week. Enjoy reading, enjoy your literacy, and make a difference to the world. Thank you all very much. Now, yes. I would like, there's a couple of announcements, 6C and 6D. This afternoon, I am going to be with you, not this afternoon, in this session in period 3 and 4 after our break. I'm going to be with you in the LRC, okay? The rest of you go to your classrooms and the teacher will come to you for your activity. Now, if there is no teacher at your classroom yet, where do you wait? Outside, quietly, in 2 lines. You do not go into the classroom until a teacher is there. Does everybody get that? All right, you are going to go back to your classrooms now. Your teachers are going to go through your schedule for this week. There have been a couple of changes, but nothing you have to worry about. So our